Have you ever noticed that almost everything we strive for in life comes back to one simple thing? We believe the extra money, the relationship, the better health, the new home, the successful business, the holiday, or the recognition will make us happy or happier. It is the feeling we believe these things will give us, those feelings of happiness that we are subconsciously chasing. We want joy. We want peace. We want freedom. We want more confidence. And we want to be loved and to love. In other words, we want to feel good. After the divorce, I thought the answer was to change the circumstances around me. I felt I had lost my happiness along with everything else that had left my life. Now, if I could overcome that challenge, earn more money, or finally reach a particular goal, then obviously I would feel better. But that immense upheaval taught me something different. As a single woman running a farm, navigating divorce, rebuilding life, and more recently walking through cancer, I have learned that circumstances are not always within our control. What is within my control is how I choose to show up each day. The thoughts I focus on, the meaning I give things, the feelings I nurture. And that was a powerful realization. Many of us spend our lives trying to control conditions, don't we? I certainly did. We think, when this changes, then I'll feel happy. When that arrives, then I'll feel safe and secure. Finally, when I finally get what I've been asking for, then I'll feel at peace. But what I've learned is that we have got it all back to front. What if the feeling comes first? Now that's a revelation. What if the most important manifestation isn't the thing itself, but the emotional state we create while we're waiting for it? Think about it in this way. If you went into a bank and applied for a loan and the manager approved it, you wouldn't stand at the counter asking every 5 minutes whether it was coming. You wouldn't keep filling out the same application form, would you? You wouldn't spend every day worrying that they had forgotten you. Once approved, you would simply expect it. You would trust the process. You would know it was on its way. And yet many of us don't treat our dreams, prayers, intentions, or requests to the universe that way. We ask, then we ask again. And where do you think that comes from? That comes from way back in our childhood as little children. If we learnt that if we kept pestering our parents, that a lot of the time finally they'd give in and give it to us. So that little subconscious learning has followed us all the way through into our adult lives. We ask again. Then we worry. Then we doubt. And then we wonder if it's working. Because we want it in our time, not in the universe's time. And we keep asking again and again. Instead of living from trust, we live from uncertainty. Perhaps faith is not continually asking. Perhaps faith is asking once and then aligning ourselves with the feeling that it is already being taken care of. Not because we know exactly how it will happen or exactly when it will happen. That's up to the universe. Not because we can see every single little step, but because we trust. Because we believe. Because we know. Because we have faith. The feeling of peace, gratitude, joy, and expectancy is not something we receive after the manifestation arrives. It is the pathway that helps us to welcome it. And the more we learn to choose thoughts that create those feelings now, the freer we become. Free from fear, free from scarcity and anxiety, free from constantly needing external circumstances to determine our happiness. Because the true freedom begins when we realize that our emotional well-being is not dependent on what is happening around us. It begins, you guessed it, with what is happening within us. So today I invite you to ask yourself, what am I waiting for before I allow myself to feel good? And what if I choose to feel some of that now? Because maybe the feeling isn't the reward at the end of the journey. Maybe the feeling is the path itself. So here's what I do. I have alarms on my phone for various things, and pausing to go into that feeling of already having whatever it is one of them. I take myself on a little journey, enjoying and savouring the feeling of already having it. And it is so nice. I am conscious of my face with a great big smile. And look, it always comes back, as far as I can see, back to Wallace Wattles in his book, The Science of Getting Rich. Disregard your current circumstances and live in the being that you want. Live in what you want to achieve. So, dear listeners, until next time, keep learning, keep evolving, and keep choosing to thrive and shine. With heart, Margherita.